Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you join us from worldwide. I'm Sterling. Welcome back to the channel. I first want to start off by wishing everybody a happy new year. This show is being recorded on Saturday, January 1st, 2022. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful New Year's Eve celebration and continue to have a great New Year's Day celebration. So welcome back to the channel. A quick reminder, these shows are recorded for entertainment purposes only. All the information I share with you comes directly through my guides and angels, extends spiritual counsel, ETs, famous people from history. So they're for entertainment purposes only. And also, if you find these shows helpful, the way they get in the hands of more people is if you remember to like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. All those things help the back-end algorithms with YouTube and get the show, make it available to more people. Today, I want to also mention that we're running a contest. When we reach 20,000 subscribers, we'll be giving away a free Apple gift card worth $600, usable for any iPhone, iPad, Apple product that you desire. And the way you enter the contest is just by entering comments in these shows, starting off with the word love. That's how we know you want to be involved in the contest. And just remember to being a subscriber to the channel. And we'll actually select the winner from the comments in these shows on the specific show when we cross 20,000 subscribers. So just so you know, that contest is running. You're welcome to join if you like. And I think the Apple gift card is just a wonderful way to start off the new year. So as we get into this show, I want to start off quickly with a bonus question, and then we'll get into what I believe is a top 37 countdown of frequently asked questions. And we gather these questions each week from our community board. We usually put out a request on Monday or Tuesday, a request for questions for these shows. And we do our best not to repeat questions. So if you have a question you put up there, I think what we'll start doing is if it's covered in a prior show, I may have my team respond with a comment that says, prior show question. And we provide timestamps in all these shows, posted 24 hours after the shows are posted. And what that does is that allows you to kind of go through and find content quickly and questions have been answered. So with no further ado, let's get started on today's bonus question and top 37 countdown. So the first bonus question: does David Bowie have any messages for us in the new year? Yes. David Robert Jones, or also known as David Bowie, really wants us to take into account the collaboration he did with Queen that was Under Pressure. He feels that there's probably no better song, and the lyrics to the song that describe what humankind is going through right now. So everybody's feeling under pressure. But the nuance of the song there is that through love and through prayer, there's a wonderful positive outcome coming. So David Bowie wants us to all take time to reflect on the lyrics of the song Under Pressure, the collaboration with Queen, and really understand that, through your love, prayer, world guidance, there's really going to be a wonderful outcome coming for us. So a great message from him. 37 in our top 37 countdown to start off. If the present moment in time is what we have in our hand, why is there so much time and energy spent on the past and seeing the future? So understanding the past helps us to grow. So when you kind of understand what lessons you went through in the past, that gives you almost a launching platform for how to move forward. And when you have a semblance of the future, that gives you not only some guardrails, but some optimistic thought about the art of the possible, what's possible in the future. So in some respects, understanding the future can also give you a push towards a greater outcome. Number 36, in our top 37 countdown. For those who have to avoid gluten due to celiac disease and other health issues, will there ever be a medical treatment so we can have it again? Yes, within 5 years, I see a treatment coming that will be a natural treatment, but they're telling me that it'll have something to do with a component of algae. So some component of a natural treatment with algae that will help those suffering from celiac disease, and so that they kind of restore kind of a full diet, if you will. 35. Will the 5 people charged in Governor Whitmer's kidnapping plot have their cases dismissed? No. I see a motion by their attorneys to dismiss charges, but they will not be dismissed. And it does look like they go through with prosecution and some sort of an outcome holding them responsible for that plot. 34 in our countdown. My question is, do you see the end of Citizens United? Yes, within a few years here, looks like prior to the 2024 election, I do see Citizens United being disbanded and removed. And remember, that was something passed by the courts that allowed corporations to be viewed as people. So it kind of created the open pathway to unlimited contributions to political campaigns. So I do see the end of Citizens United as granted by the courts very shortly, within a couple of years here, but certainly before the 2024 election. 33 in our countdown. Will there be anyone from the Trump administration charged with sedition or treason? Yes, several members of Congress will be charged with sedition, and then a smaller number will also be charged with treason. Yes. 32. Will Ghislaine Maxwell be found guilty? I'm sorry, with Ghislaine Maxwell being found guilty on 5 of 6 charges, will she turn over names? Will these names be made public? Yes. I see right now that during the course of the appeal they're making, they're going to try to also negotiate some backroom deals here for providing names, and those names will be made public within the first part of the year here in 2022. So within spring, as we get out even into mid-year. So those names will be made public, prominent people. 31. Will Representative Scott Perry of Pennsylvania face legal consequences for his attempts to overturn the 2020 presidential election? Yes, I see him being held accountable. And it also looks like they're going to go back through several years worth of commentary or media coverage, bringing forth a lot of comments or things that were said going back over a period of years. Yes. 30. Sterling, the CDC recently shortened quarantine guidelines in the US. Do your guides feel the changes were made based upon actual science, or were they changed based on economic considerations? I see it's a combination of both. So I see it was through CDC testing or evaluation, a better understanding of Omicron and the severity, still very contagious, but the severity. And then also the integration now of what will be hundreds of millions of tests, COVID tests will be available to the public that then the Biden administration feels to be able to determine and ascertain in no uncertain terms who's carrying the virus and the susceptibility of other people around them. So it looks like it was made for economic decisions based on new CDC tests, but then the availability of hundreds of millions of tests will kind of be a backstop, if you will, towards that decision. So it looks like it was made with some due diligence. 29 in our countdown. Do you see Dianne Feinstein retiring anytime soon? No, I see her serving out the remainder of her term, but it looks like then, I guess, at the end of her term, when we get into 2025, she'll then move on. 28. Is there a correlation between planet density and their location within a galaxy? Is there anything you can tell us about this? Yes, all planet density or mass has a direct effect on how they move throughout the galaxy. So mass has a direct effect on different types of gravitational pull and the effects on mass. Mass has a very direct effect on forces, and even dark matter is directly affected in terms of its mass, even though you can't see it, and how it positions itself in the galaxy and the universe. Hopefully that answered that question. Yes, planet density and mass have great effects on the positioning in galaxies based on the way it affects other physical forces. Yes. 27. Do animals have mental contact with their angelic realm while they're on Earth? Yes, absolutely. All guides and angels that are helping animals are in direct contact with those animals on Earth, and that's how they actually move about through families and through life. Okay, 26 in our countdown. Hi, Sterling. You've mentioned portals before in your show, as well as last week when you answered the question about a man who disappeared in Tennessee in the 1800s. My question is this: a portal to what? Another time? Another world? How does one live once they've gone through? Any chance of getting back? So portals exist all over the galaxy and even in places on Earth here. And they are entrances and exits to ways that speed up time travel. So they're portals, yes, to other universes, galaxies, planets. They essentially create shortcuts in time. They're really used a lot by extraterrestrials and some scientists on Earth, but not by the common person. So hopefully that answers the question. 25. Does Liz Cheney have any regrets about her hard right affiliation now that she sees the result of her party's beliefs? Well, I'll put it another way. Whatever hard right beliefs she had, she's since disbanded because she's really taken a strong stand in helping to create the new Republican Party. So she's moving forward with a lot of vim and vigor, and she'll be a very strong component of the new Republican Party that emerges. So I guess she is sorry for the hard right stances she took, but now is moving much more moderate to a much more balanced approach with the GOP. 24. When we feel a strong connection with someone who's been in past lives with us, do they also feel the connection, or is it only one-sided? No, both parties feel the strong connection to a prior lifetime. The difference is in timing. So somebody may feel the connection immediately, and somebody else may feel the connection maybe a year after they meet that person. So there's a bit of a timing, let's say an awakening to the past life experience, but all parties will feel it's not just one-sided. 23. Hi, Sterling. Anti-Semitism has been getting worse. 2 young men were assaulted in Brooklyn a few days ago, and Jew hatred and other assaults are up all over the world. What do your guides say is in store for Jewish people in 2022? Well, I start to see it calming down, this particular type of hatred over the next 12 to 24 months, especially around the nation, especially as we start to see a better balance in politics and the nation. And I also see that, seriously, they're reminding me here that within a few more years, as ETs or extraterrestrials become much more evident in our society, that will also calm down the nation across all races and religious faiths, because they will give a greater understanding of what the world was really about over millions of years and how races and different religious beliefs all play a role. So that's probably a broader answer than this person asked for, but specifically towards anti-Semitism, at least in the US, it looks like it's going to start to calm down over the next 12 to 24 months due to new political regimes coming into effect. 22. My older brother transitioned this year. He was a musician who grew up in the 60s and played with some very gifted musicians. He was extremely gifted himself, but never reached a place of fame. Is fame a chosen life path made before you come here, or is it something that is built on many lifetimes? Or can you even ask for it given the law of attraction? Fame is absolutely part of a life path blueprint. So you do actually it's predestined, you select it. There's a commitment made to say people have great fame. And you can have fame across, humanity or across entertainment. Different types of fame here. I think this person was asking about they're a musician, so more in the entertainment industry. But it is a predestined part of your life path, and it comes with great commitment and great great life lessons. So not everybody selects it, although when you're here on Earth, you think, why would I choose fame? There's a lot of emotional and physical and a lot of baggage that comes with it and things that you need to work out. So it is part of your life path if you do succeed it here, if it comes to pass. 21. Do people reincarnate in generational groups? Are some people experience a lifetime during the Great Fire of London, all reincarnating as a generation? Well, let me answer it this way. What they're telling me is that People that experience, for example, major disaster, large groups of people, could be 9/11, could be the Holocaust. And I guess this person mentioned the Fire of London, Great Fire of London. They do tend to come back much faster as groups. I do see that. And it has something to do with the way those groups of people feel like they all need to come back faster to help humankind. So I do see that. If there are great disasters, they look like they do come back faster as a group. It's true. 20. Governor Ron DeSantis has not been seen public in the last couple of weeks. Can you tell us what he's up to? He's been told by the GOP, a Republican Party, to stand back or stand down because they're trying to allow more airtime or more of a platform for 45. So things coming up here around Florida and nationwide for 45, and they've asked DeSantis to stand back. 19. Hi, Sterling. Can you address the concept of fallen angels? Yes, fallen angels are in fact they were angels at one time. They decide not to abide by kind of the rules and guidelines of the one force, certainly standing in love. And so the reference to being fallen angels, kind of falling down energetic levels, if you will, and they can certainly attract lower levels of energy and people. So fallen angels are definitely angels at one time. Interesting that fallen angels always have the choice to kind of regain that angelic realm presence just through a lot of work and a lot of healing. They're telling me a lot of healing energy. So fallen angels have just basically decide not to follow all the rules of the one force. Okay, question 18. There's a high-speed rail in Las Vegas being tested. It's supposed to be as fast as a plane in use by 2026. Will eventually replace most air travel. No, these high-speed trains will not replace most air travel, but specifically for the Las Vegas run, they're just telling me it will replace probably half, nearly 50% of all the local types of travel. But there's not 50% of people commuting, let's say, out of Vegas that are international based. So the high-speed train will not replace that travel. So regarding Las Vegas, about 50% of the air travel will be replaced. It will be. 17. Will the courts impose any penalties for all the frivolous lawsuits filed by GOPers who are refusing to comply with the 1/6 committee? Yes, there'll be a lot of fines levied and some jail time for all those refusing to comply with the January 6th commission. 16. The majority of unvaccinated deaths keeps rising. Most are in red states. What do your guides say about this? Well, a lot of the deaths due to Omicron will start to level off over the next 6 to 12 months. There'll be another variant coming on board here within 2022, but a lot of the deaths will start to level off due to people being vaccinated. So I think the question is about the red states. So deaths will start to level off. 15. Would aliens ever allow an asteroid to destroy the Earth and humans? No, and in fact, the ET community has already stopped 3 different such potential asteroid accidents over the history of the globe, history of Earth. So they're very aware, and they will step in when necessary. 14. The windfall elimination provision, or WEP, and the government pension offset, GPO, are 2 separate provisions that reduce regular Social Security benefits. When will they be repealed? Within 2 years, they'll be rewritten and repealed so that things like government employees will see more Social Security benefits. 13. When preachers, pastors, and prophets say they hear from God, is it really him or their guardian angels and spiritual guides? Good question. Guides and angels form the fundamental communication path for all individuals. Everybody can certainly connect with the one force and communicate, but by and large, it's those guides and angels for all of us that provide the main communication linkage to the one force. 12. The Ica or Ica stones of Peru depict dinosaurs and figures riding dinosaurs. Are these stones depicting something that really happened or misperceived events? They're telling me that they are predicting real events. And in fact, not all the stones have even been found. So I'm not really familiar with these Ica or Ica stones, but they do depict very real events, and not all the stones have been found. So there's more stones to be found. Okay, number 11, the countdown. I just watched a documentary about UFOs that have been seen going in and out of volcanoes. What has been their purpose, and will they assist in keeping dangerous volcanic activity in check? Yes, I mean extraterrestrials, ETs use volcanoes as entrances and exits to Earth bases, and they do help whenever they can to keep volcanoes in check. Yes. Number 10. I saw a glowing figure when I was a child. Can you tell me anything about who or what it was? It scared me so much I never went back upstairs at my grandparents' house. So I'm not sure how old this person was, but whenever you're young, let's say, below the age of 7, certainly, 5 or 6 range, we all have very pure, great psychic mediumship ability. And so it's very easy as a child to see angels and angelic and spirits and full apparitions. So whoever this person was, you actually witnessed what looks to me like an angelic or a spiritual event, and scared you, which scares many people. I see many people putting the gift down at 5 or 6 years old and not picking it back up. So it looks like you experienced something that a lot of children experience. Many people as children experience these type of events. Number 9, what do you mean by old souls? Old souls relate to the number of reincarnations a soul has in coming down to Earth. There are literally billions and billions of souls, even trillions of souls are telling me they're all created about the same time. But the reference to old souls or new souls references the number of times they've come back down to Earth and reincarnated. Number 8, we have a soul contract for our time to pass. Does it do any good when people ask us to pray for those who are sick and dying when it's actually their time to go? It's a great question. Remember, all of our life paths are interconnected. So when you pray, you join a very large community of energy that passes along that energy to that person. Prayer does not change someone's life path, but it does unite a lot of other people in the life path of learning lessons and getting great experience from that prayer. And also remember to remind me that when you pass on, you take all that goodwill and love and prayer energy somebody, people had sent to you when you pass on. So nothing is ever done for naught or in vain. Prayer does help the individual. It does not change their life path, but it still does a lot of beneficial good. 7. Sterling, would you please be kind enough to ask the guides how Australia will fare during 2022 in relation to lockdowns and the virus generally? Do you see us being locked up for lengthy times again? I do see cycles of lockdown in 2022 for Australia in different regions, and it'll take place not just because of Omicron, but because of another variant that's coming. They'll also affect the rest of the world. So it looks like a couple of lockdowns, but they don't look for extended periods of time to me. They could be for weeks in certain regions. Okay, number 6 in our countdown. Do you see any significant advances in the treatment of spinal stenosis? Yes, within 5 to 6 years here, there'll be new treatments that fix the narrowing of some cavities in the spine, like a squeeze the spinal cord. There'll be laser treatment and also some CRISPR technologies that'll become to bear. So new advances in not just the treatment, let's say it looks like laser treatment, but also some CRISPR technologies will help reverse this condition. Number 5 in our countdown. Does the other side have its own version of evolving? As we reincarnate, go through karma, come out of karmic cycle and learn more, does that affect the other side and how it evolves in some way? What they're telling me is heaven is like a large airport. So as you move, let's say, through heaven, you're certainly exposed to come in contact with lots of souls, lots of individuals. You affect those souls on the other side the same way you affect souls here and their life pathway on Earth. So everything affects everything else. So I think the question was, on the other side in heaven, this question was about evolving. All life experiences, including on the other side in heaven, help your evolution, help the evolution of other people. Number 4, what things will we discover about the universe now that the James Webb Telescope has launched? Simply put, new galaxies, new planets, and ETs. There'll be more ETs encountered. Number 3 in our countdown, was the space accident you saw the one that the Chinese were successful in averting? Elon Musk satellites. Do you see any space accidents in the near future? Yes, it appears the space accident that I saw a week ago was the one that was narrowly averted by the Chinese space station, avoiding Elon Musk was it SpaceLink or Starlink satellites. That was I don't see another major space accident coming up here. Okay, number 2 in our countdown. Do you see anything coming up this week? I see new advancements in the treatment of COVID for children. Looks like some new advances in the release of vaccines or new vaccines. I see new documents being released in the 45 investigation. So it looks like more than just the White House documents. These appear to be other documents that were released previously and new updates on those documents. So really a successful movement with the January 6th commission coming up here and movement towards will eventually be prosecution for many involved in January 6th insurrection. Yeah. And number 1, do you have anything your guides want to share? Trust your guides and your angels, the information you receive, and know that this is information meant to help you. So learn to trust the information and that this is the guidance that they want to share with you. So on that note, I want to wish everybody a wonderful new year in 2022. And again, if anyone needs to reach me, look for sterlingpsychicmem.com, the website. Look for the book online tab or the book a session tab. It's very easy to do. The calendar is always updated. Until next week, I want to wish everybody a lot of goodwill, a lot of love to you and your families, and take care. We'll see you soon.